Greetings, salutations. Chapter 1. The Knoll of the Coblyns. Feeling. To feel. To even express the joy of seeing another. It comes easily to everyone. Joy, the littlest happiness, that tiny dancer jumping with vigorous intent, inducting a ballad to his own very whimsy. That feeling is immeasurable. I think it is profoundly large, and it takes up space in one's soul, and the opposing feeling of that joy, the rival of happiness, the enemy of feeling. Rage. The feeling of leather hitting skin at breaking speeds, the screams that follow, the searing pain that precedes. No poetry nor books are written about such, for it is foolish to assume one knows of the intricate details when one is the victim of such rage. It does bring me a hint of divine comfort, however, knowing my father died, knowing his son made it. Away from it all, growing up was never an easy task. The baby turtles near our beach were a shining example, running into the cacophony of noises with not a second to spare soon as they're born. With birds pecking at their every move, they rush into the foaming tide, hoping for respite, while the parents, well, they probably watch them squirm and fry in the hot desert sand. Maybe the mother begs the father to help. Maybe she screams for him to put the fire poker down. Dad could never lay off the alcohol. He never would. Not for a single thing in his begotten life. The ground's beneath me, the sole of my boots, the grit in my teeth. I'd give it all to punch my fist through the old man's skull. It's so damn foolish, but I'd give anything to see his drunk face grace my eyes again. To see him stumble into our small shack again, holding a bottle in one hand and in the other the crushed hopes of my mother. She was a kindly lady, once a beautiful woman, eye of her father, scorn of every girl in Trenton. Swamped with the bills, I'd hardly see her, behind the papers and makeup, behind the pre-cited smiled face and forgotten table manners. I loved her blouse, that surly pink and white, that smelled like daisies and morning manners, and reeked of times lost, of hope dashed and gone. She had emerged from the underworld without her Orpheus or her song. Are you proud of me? I asked, holding my breaths. I stood in the doorway of the stupid funeral rehearsal, surrounded by people who didn't care. Oh, you made it, dearie, she said with her smile, extending a practiced hug. Of course she's proud of you, son. What kind of question is that? Uncle Kim patted my shoulder, smiling at me through his black attire and short stature. It's better to live an hour as a turtle than a million as a swallow. Mother whispered into my ear, kissing me on my cheek lightly. I hugged her back, clutching her body, worried desperately that she might just escape me. Uncle Kim pushed me off as I escaped the wake, my nervousness crashing down around me. I clutched my heart as I wept. My legs stopped working as I broke down on the sidewalk. I shouted. I don't remember what at. I just shouted at the world, at the spoken word, at God, maybe, or at myself. I know we've not spent much time together in these sessions. I'm getting quite emotional. I apologize.
That's perfectly fine, Daniel. Therapy's about learning to break out of the plays we play ourselves in, the harm we put ourselves in, and the generational path we need to stray away from. It's good you're getting emotional, frankly. I encourage it in all my patients. Please, continue from where you left off. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, thank you. So, I gathered myself and walked back to my apartment and thought about ending it there. For a good hour or two, I I realized I didn't want to go through with it, and I went for a walk to clear my head and stuff like you keep telling me to. I went to that 110 Park place where Dad had his old place with his new lady and stuff. It was good. I saw the ducks and reeds moving about the place. I talked to the nice baker lady, Samantha. We kept talking. She keeps talking about herself, about her family, how she suffered being raped and stuff. I just can't deal with that. I've got enough going on in my life already. Enough depression, enough pain. I don't need more. I don't need more burdens to go along with the shitstorm that is my life right now. Dad's dead, and I don't know how I'm going to do anything. He put his pen down and clasped his hands together on his pretty chair.
Look, Daniel, she seems good for you. She's also a nice person. It might be good to stick with this, see where this goes.
I've got a lot of stuff going on right now. I can't invest into love. My poetry is not doing well. I'm barely doing well. I can't even afford these sessions. I can, but barely. Everything in my life is hanging on by the word barely. I can't even walk to work without hearing the word barely like 5 times. Samantha's hot, sure. She keeps waffling on about how good she is, how good her business is going, how good I would be for her, how good I look, shit like that. I'm not ready. I'm just not. I can't express joy right now. Even the medication's not working. I'm still seeing Gerhardt and Marianne.
Marianne and Gerhardt, right? Which ones are they?
He opened his dainty notebook lined with small, beautiful pencil strokes. The woman and the angel. They keep talking to me again. Same thing Samantha keeps saying. How good I am. How good of a person I am.
And you think you aren't good enough?
No,
Mm-hmm.
the meds aren't helping. They were supposed to help, I think. I also think I keep hiding them on purpose. I don't think I'm hiding them on purpose. Am I?
Do you think you're hiding them on purpose?
No.
Right.
How long is this session gonna go for, Doc?
Oh, I completely forgot. We're 40 minutes over the time. Next week we'll discuss on the effects of the dosage.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I walk out of the room feeling less like myself than I did walking in. I continue walking out, using my legs to walk to my car and sit in it. I then sit there for a good 20 minutes. The cold, dusty air of the car fills my lungs as I sit there, staring out into the road. The therapist office shining its light onto my hood. I sit there for another 30 minutes. I hear a knocking on the window.
Daniel, you okay?
I stare at the steering wheel for another 10 seconds before addressing the voice. Hello, Marianne. She smiled at me, finally happy that I decided to notice her.
What you doing in there?
She said. I grasped my cold fingers around the steering wheel, still stuck in the parking lot of the therapist. Just existing, Marianne. She smiled wider and started playing with her elaborate, pretty blouse.
Can I join you in existing?
I mock smiled and grit my teeth. I started the car as it cackled to life. I drove out, the cold Trenton air filling my clouded lungs. I closed my eyes as I barreled down the wide road, middle of the night. Barely. And on track to recklessly arrive at my shitty apartment. The pricked-up lampposts flew by like bat wings as I envisioned myself in the back seat, finding myself dead in the morning. Finally did I arrive at my abode, dashing away the thoughts of self-harm. Did I aimlessly jam my key into its hole, missing a couple of times, where it let out a small screech in the metal, which made me wince.
Daniel, you okay?
Marianne said behind me, startling me. Jesus Christ! Oh my God, these pills aren't doing shit. Fucking Christ, I swear to God. I slammed my door with an open palm as Marianne frowned and looked at her feet.
Language.
She muttered under her breath.
Language?
Did you just say language? That's priceless. Alright, fuck you, I'm going to bed. I finally jammed the key correctly and let myself in, waltzing through my front door and to my bed.
You know, it wouldn't kill you to speak to me a little bit nicer.
She said, raising her gloved finger at me as I slunk down onto my bed, like a cold pistol round slipping into the barrel. Not right now, dude. Not right fucking now. I said as I sandwiched my head between two cushions and tried to fall asleep. I hid under her bed playing with my little toys, small toys. One a girl doll with pretty blouse and all, and the others all elaborate toys. There was one with a top hat that I would imagine talking in a British voice. Something like, "Hearken, Daniel." Later, Dad came home and found me playing with them.
What you doing under there? He said.
He used to say.
Nothing. Nothing at all.
I replied, clearly amused at the tender age of 10.
Tell me.
He said, his smile curling slightly.
Nothing, I was just playing with my toys, Dad.
He picked up the top hat man and smashed it against the wall.
Don't you dare fucking lie to me.
He spoke.
I'd never, sir.
He grew completely sour and stormed off. I cried and went to the kitchen, clutching at my mother's dress as she prepared a drink for the sour, angry, and bitter man. Mom. Mother turned around and picked me up, setting me down onto my bed.
Daniel,
she said, patting down her dress.
it's time you grew up and stopped playing with these childish toys. Times are kind of hard right now, and your dad was thinking about maybe getting a full job for you, just to help us pay the bills.
I looked at her with this curious look, tilting my head slightly, no clue as to what this job was.
No, I want to play with Mr. Blaylock.
She sighed and stood up.
Daniel, I wish you didn't make my life harder, Daniel. You're about the only thing killing me. And if it weren't for you and your father, I'd be out there.
She continued, but this time in her own mind's palace, looking out the window.
Free as a bird.
I groaned as I woke up, the sunshine a pesticide to my morning solitude. Marianne was nowhere to be seen, as I fixed myself a cup of coffee and sat in a chair in the balcony, overlooking the New Jersey sunrise. Here's to you, ma'am. I saluted the rising sun. I drove down to my job, the hustle and bustle a screeching loud compared to the farmlands of rural Arkansas, where we grew up.
Maybe you need some alone time, Daniel.
Marianne sat in the back seat, playing with the strings of her skirt. Yeah, you're probably right. I'm getting tired of moving around. She smiled. I couldn't see her from the front seat, but somehow I felt her smile. How are things going with Jerry, Mary? I asked, my fingers on the steering and eyes on the road, yet the words escaped my lips.
Good. We tried again, but it came up negative again.
Her tone took a depressed turn, a contrast from her brightness. She stopped talking in a means to stop herself from oversharing. Oh, I replied, stopping myself too in the case some passing stranger caught me talking to my back seat. However, I continued, even when everything told me not to. The commute's going to take an hour or two longer. What's going on with you, Mary? The last words stumbled out as my lips closed behind them. Marianne smiled internally, happy that I was noticing her, but unhappy that it was this topic that I took to having interest in.
It's nothing. Nothing that, you would get.
I looked back in the rear-view mirror, but she was nowhere to be seen. I finally arrived at the esteemed Brooks and Company, where my jolly boss awaited me with his finger on his watch. Late again. He tapped his head with his newspaper, his smooth-shaven neck and fat head, a contrast to his heavy build. I'm sorry, Harry, I got caught up in traffic and I was just so swamped.
Do you think I'm not worthy of your attention, Mr. Daniel? Do you think I hired you because you're this goaty lord? I'm the final king of capitalism, Dan. I'm gonna grow this company from the ground up into the fucking clouds.
He raises his hands flat in the air, floating them above us like cities.
Either you're with me or you're not.
I know. I'm sorry. It won't happen again. I won't happen again. It better not, you fuck up. He turned around and looked me up and down in disgust.
Fix your tie. You look fucking disgusting.
Right. I fix my tie and walk inside the esteemed building, where I see countless cubicles, all decidedly filled with squeaky cupboards and humming monitors and machines, all intently watched over by hard-working accountants and other unknowns.
Here's your desk for today. Todd's filling in for your office since you don't bother to show up.
He motioned to a small man in the aisle who waved wholeheartedly at me. Oh, that's fine, I said with a tired smile, already looking down at my papers and accounts.
Yeah, don't fuck with me. I'll be in my showroom. Don't call me.
He pranced off, smiling. A time had come where I was to sit in front of my gloomy monitor and fill out long, drafty receipts and collection notices to our debtors, who were mostly old, frail mega-corporations looking for loans or funds for their next startup. Boring gargle and jumble of words that only an underpaid accountant with such prestige as I could read. It's all right, Daniel, a voice said from behind me, startling me slightly. Hi, Uriel. A 6-foot-tall, blonde-haired man with pearl wings stood in front of me, his chest open and whirring with gears and clocks full of whimsical technologies of the, though metaphorical, gleaming skies above. I'm starting to think you guys might be real, on account of me not registering how insanely fucked this is. I say, clutching my papers, already heading to the copier. It's all right. I'm here now, he said with his calm demeanor and prim posture. I walked to my boss's office, setting the papers down.
Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, put him right there and, get out. Now.
Harry spat, choking on his soft drink to sputter out the words like a full-grown toddler given too much to play with. Why do you let him treat you like that? Uriel shined from behind me, very nearly blinding me with his very black and white view of the world. I walk outside, sneaking under the guarded view of Harry's throne room to catch a smoke break amidst the battle with the minimum wage secretary that had the pity of the world to be his secretary. Because I can't do anything about it, can I? So I just let him throw his tantrums. Good for me, good for him. I sporadically try igniting my cigarette, only for my lighter to sputter and cough out sparks like a man on his last legs. Well, it's all right. I'm here now. I groan as I pat my head and toss the dull lighter into the trash bin. The gloomy night clawing its way to replace day, their battles strewn across the skies, contrasted only by the hustle of illustrious city of New Jersey. I head inside only to be greeted by the man above.
Why the fuck are you sneaking off, Daniel?
I look at him with a blank expression. Needed a smoke break, boss. I finished my work. Set it on your desk in record time, no less. He looked completely taken aback.
Are you fucking serious, dude? What gall do you have to speak to me in that attitude? You're lucky you do the work around here.
He continued in a voice that he wanted to be heard around the office floor.
Unlike some people.
He patted down his tie and took a breath.
Fine. Fuck off then. Bye.
After gathering my 3 things, a cigarette box, my wallet, and a pack of God knows what narcotics they had me on this week, I padded off to my car, my arms slung about my body like silly string. The sky had dulled, and so did my attitude. Work was over slightly quick, but that's 'cause the other people spend hours learning how to type "Hello World," while I can just use the system I specifically designed to keep a job in this hellhole startup. But then why do you stay here, where they do not treat you well, Daniel? Uriel said from the backseat of my quiet car. Dude, why'd they give you the power to read my thoughts? Literally anyone else in my life would be 1,000 times easier. Give this shit to Jerry. I do not care for this "I am here now, Daniel" carnival shit. Uriel smiled. It's alright. I am here now. Yeah, fuck off, we're all laughing. Fuck off. Start the car and it sputters to life, gagging on yesterday's fuel like a dying animal on life support. I've got a question, Daniel. Would you be so kind as to answer it? I turned around and looked at him like how I look at everything this time of day. Yeah, man. He pointed away from me. Who is that approaching your mode of transport? I turned around to see a man in a ski mask and a black windbreaker slam a tire iron in front of my front door, shattering the glass and opening the door. They force me out and clatter me to the floor as I pass out.
Honey, you need to drink less. You can't keep supporting this family if you keep blowing the money on cheap beer and candle cakes. Mom shouted from the living room. I only heard them fighting through a tiny creak in the door. Oh, fuck you, bitch. I'll do whatever the fuck I want. I heard a bottle smashing against the wall. 'Cause guess what? I'm a man and you're a fucking woman. So go and look pretty for the fucking loan sharks. And don't tell me what I can't do. You don't know anything about what I can do. You're just a fucking whore. I don't need your pessimistic fuck-up lifestyle fucking up my mojo. Father screeched. I clutched Mr. Blaylock. His dad came barging in. His face looked like a bull who had not yet heard the word scorn in his life. The key word being yet. He pinned me to the ground and started pounding. Fist after fist hit my chest and lit every nerve like a scarlet firework. Fertile worry and rancid fear ran hot through my brain, igniting it like gunpowder. He kept smashing his fists into me. Mr. Blaylock watched on with his tiny ceramic eyes and looked the handsomest with his little black top hat. I noticed the grooves in the foot of my bed, the chill of the air, the granite and the stone and the small pebbles in them. All while time slowed for me. My heart did too. All I heard and felt was the rhythmic thumping of his fists hitting my ribs. I saw Mom standing in the doorway, watching on with nothing but a quiet embarrassment laced with neurotic anguish for him rather than me. What woke me up was the cold steel of yet another strike. This time in the real world. Hurt like hell, but woke me up nonetheless. I was sat in a steel fold-up chair and surrounded by 2 people in a back alley. Wake up, bitch. The thug from earlier crossed. Easy, man, you're gonna kill him. A surly man interjected. Nah, bro, this dude was just talking to his backseat when I saw him. Easy mark, to be honest with you, dude. Hi. Hello.
I said, still scarlet. He's up. Hey, bitch. The thug smiled. Have some fucking manners, dude. The surly man stopped him.
Yo, why do I gotta be nice if we're robbing him for cash, yo?
Because we have him fucking tied up. Do you get what I'm saying, man? Stockholm Syndrome and shit. You remember what happened last time? That bitch wouldn't leave us for days. That shit was crazy. So don't do it, please. They continued on. Daniel, are you okay? What's going on? Is this one of those happy days? Uriel beamed from behind me. Wow, someone's expanding their range of words to 15 per interjection. Hallucinations. Fuck me. I groaned.
Hey, he's talking to himself again. Hey, start talking yourself, schizo. Got ourselves a transaction to conduct.
The surly thug yawped.
Yeah, bitch, give us all your cash and stuff, right?
The thug interjected. I groaned and shook the chair slightly. This is strangely elaborate for a mugging. Some people pay for this level of fuckery, you know, and I'm strangely aroused too. That's double. I lauded.
Hey, shut the fuck up, bitch.
Yeah, shut up, sir. Yeah. I raised my slung head to look at the dark assailants. Who the hell are you two? Fucking two-team muggers or something? Is a superhero gonna come down and bust you both into a jail car now? The thug hit the side of my head with a milk carton. Shut the fuck up, bitch. The thug grew slightly angry, it seemed. Don't toy with these people, Daniel. Just give them what they want and go home. They do not seem safe, nor the Robin Hood types. Uriel raised his wings from behind me like a barn owl cornered. You're really expanding your vocabulary, man. I'm proud of you. I say as I stand up off the cheap fold-up chair, gathering my bearings. The thugs both looked alarmed.
What the hell? You didn't tie him up, Barry?
The surly thug looked at his accomplice.
I've got ADHD, yo. I can't tie a tie. Calling me out's a hate crime, bro.
The thug raised his hands apologetically. Oh, fuck this. They both ran away, booking it down the sidewalk.
Huh.
That was easy, but, Uriel raised his clockwork eyebrow. I turned around to confront him. Huh. Well, that was, I'd say easy, but Uriel raised his clockwork eyebrow. I turned around to confront him. Dude, what is up with you today? You're saying big boy words. I'd be proud of you, but I'm concerned. I tilted my head. Me? It's alright. I'm here now. Uriel blinked, his gears spinning like wheels on a track. And we're back to this. I swear to God, man. I swear to God. I saunter back to my chariot with a broken glass window and squeaky door hinges. I don't even want to think about how much this might cost to fix, man. Not right now. I start the car up, which does surprisingly start up, and I start spooling it across the asphalt. I arrive at the apartment building some odd minutes later, finding it as dilapidated as usual. I walk up the rusty, lonely staircase as I ascend. descent of the steps one by one, as if knowing each by name.
Well, what?
Would be their names, Daniel? Uriel piped up. It's figurative, okay? It's not supposed to mean... It's supposed to mean someone... you know what? I don't have to explain myself to you. I just don't. I dictate as I have finally arrived to my door. I'm sorry. I am truly sorry. Good night, Daniel. Uriel spread his wings slightly as he finished his poise. I moved to unlock my door and he was gone. I walked inside the apartment and passed out on my bed, ignoring the medication sitting innocently on the nightstand, almost swinging its legs. In the middle of the night, as I swung my legs and arms, I was awoken by a dim light in the corner of my room. Greetings, salutations. I quickly woke up, the sheets pooling around my waist as I sat up, my shaky arms holding me up like pillars, holding up a shaky, dilated treehouse.
That was Knoll of the Coblyns. It's a book I've been working on for a little bit, and yeah, that was chapter 1. Greetings, salutations, and yeah, chapter 2 is on its way. I just need to hash out the details and stuff. I doubt anybody really does watch this, but yeah, that's what that was chapter 1. I hope you liked it. I hope you liked it as much as I hated writing it. And I will see you all in the next chapter and stuff. Peace, peace.